All right, today's ceremony will close with Kenny Ortolano because no one should have to follow this man. Kenny, in his larger-than-life personality, was put on this earth to be the life of the party. From 1975 to 78, he did just that while playing nose tackle for the Colonels. Now, most people who don't play sports fail to understand the camaraderie created between teammates. It is a known fact that in the history of the world, 97% of nicknames originated in locker rooms from teammates, and that's what makes sports so special. Sports and nicknames are synonymous. In 1975, on Kenny's second day of practice as a Colonel, he earned a nickname that would stick with him for life. Now, I went into the archives at Nicholls State University this week to get a little information on some of our inductees, and nothing will ever top the 1976 Colonel Football Media Guide. I'm reading this. Kenny Ortolano was an all-city and all-district player at Archbishop Shaw High School and the team's most valuable player. Last season, he lettered as a freshman after redshirting the previous season. His nickname is Meatball. No one has ever gotten their nickname in the actual media guide. That's how special you are, Meatball. Kenny Meatball Ortolano totaled 450 tackles in his Colonel career. The only other player with more tackles was his roommate from his first semester on campus, Mr. Rusty Rebo. As a junior, Kenny was an All-American and the anchor for a record-setting defense that won the first conference championship in school history. Kenny was everywhere on this campus. He was named the Lady Colonel's Fan of the Year for support of women's sports on campus. The band created an award for him because he would show up to practice on Friday afternoons and watch them go through their routines. He was also part of the infamous Clements Colonels. Colonels win their first school championship in 1975, and it set the tone. We're sitting here recognizing Yale for the 2005 championship team, and there was so much that went into becoming a Division II powerhouse, a 1AA independent powerhouse, move to the Southland and connect the dots. This doesn't happen if we don't have a 1975 conference championship team. Now, I hope everybody here notices that you're not a relic of the past if you've been a part of this program. We don't just sweep you underneath the rugs and say we've moved on. And that's why, to close out today's ceremony, I wanted to do something a little special. And Coach Bill Clements, I hate to put you on the spot like this, but we were unable to get Audie Hemel here, and he was just so involved in Kenny's career. They were teammates in high school together. He was on the offensive line at Nicholls. Kenny was on the defensive line. Coach Clements, if you don't mind, would you come up here and read a letter that Audie put together for Kenny? Coach Bill Clements, ladies and gentlemen. First coach ever hired at Nicholls.
Well, this is the first time I've seen this, and it is my pleasure to do it. Thank you, Brian. This is to Mr. Kenny Ortolano. Today is such a special day for you, Kenny. Of all the NSU functions we had to miss, this is the one that breaks our hearts the most. We're so sorry we're out of town and unable to be there to share the joy of this moment with you, but know that we are with you in spirit today. Words can't express how proud we are of you and this recognition of your accomplishments. No one is more deserving of such a distinguished honor. We know you, Kenny, as Meatball, and our dear friend and classmate. You and I ate at the same dirt for 8 years on opposite sides of the ball. Sharon was there cheering for us the whole time. You will always have a special place in our hearts. Please accept our warmest and most heartfelt congratulations. All our love, Audie and Sharon Hemel. Go Eagles, go Colonels, go Kenny. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Class of 2016 Hall of Fame inductee. That letterman looks good on you, Kenny Ortolano.
Fine, thank you so much.
Go Meatball!
First of all, let me thank our God, our Father, and thank you so much. And I want to say congratulations to all the recipients today. I got here when it was just starting, guys. Coach Clements, let me thank you. He's the guy. He recruited me. He signed me a national letter of intent day. He was my head coach, and he introduced me to this Hall of Fame. What an honor. I am so humbled. I am so humbled. Nichols, I want to thank the University of Nichols for giving me the opportunity to offer me a scholarship. When you talk about this place, the Nichols experience is a family experience, and it's not just athletics, it's academics, it's the community. I've got friends here from outside of campus, just people that I know just from on the street when I came to school here. I met, Nichols became part of me. It's a family atmosphere. My infamous name, Meatball. Jerry Barry, who was a senior linebacker from Sunset, Louisiana. Now, if you know anything about Cajun land, he spoke that broken English. Okay, spoken French English, right? Well, my last name was Ortolano. Well, he couldn't pronounce Ortolano. And so, you know, if you know when you play football, when you're a freshman or a new person team, get a piece of tape to put on your helmet. Or I like, my nickname in high school was Orto or RTO. So I go out the first day of practice, it's Orto. Well, Jerry can't say Orto or Ortolano, you know? And so Alka-Seltzer had a commercial at that time about a guy making a commercial about a spicy meatball, and he kept making mistakes. So probably the second drill, he started saying spicy meatball with that Cajun accent. Well, needless to say, I'm confused. You know, I don't know what's going on. I can't understand him anyway. We go into so we go in for the first. So we go in the first practice, and you go in, you go to sleep. So when I come outside, when I come back for the second time for the afternoon practice, I get my helmet, and there's a piece of tape on that says meatball. So that's where it started. That's how my nickname got started. And then from there on, even my professors knew me as Meatball. That's how I meet people today, people only know me as Meatball. They don't even know my first name. So I got here, I'm a little short, fat, stubby kid from the West Bank of Louisiana. If you guys know about the West Bank, which is the best bank. So, you know, I got here that way. And I got in, like I said, Coach Clements has been the inspiration. He saw me play in high school, and he got me here. All I have to say is this: I was probably the greatest time to be a student athlete and to be alive. See, 1975 started Title IX, and that was the first time women had athletics on campus. And that was because remember, even PE programs were you were gender, so there was no co-ed PE classes. It opened the thing up. I took ballet lessons. I took 10 semesters of ballet because I read a story from an Oklahoma University player, how he said that you know you wouldn't get pulled muscles, and I have proof of that because Tim Bailey, our quarterback, he said he couldn't. He said Meatball, how I meet the women and say, come on, I'm gonna teach you how to dance. So that's where it started. 1977, the summer of '77, I go home, and that's when disco. If you know anything about the '70s, it was about disco music, and I went home and I won $7,000 in dance contests. Came back, and they call me Disco Meat. No, but let me tell you about the Nichols experience. It's a family. We broke racial barriers in a day. Back then, black students weren't hanging out with white students, and black students didn't come to places. We tore those doors down. I can remember with Shelby and Shelby's wife doing the bump. Remember the bump lines at the dances? We were in line. We had 25 people in line doing the bump. But that's what it was. You know, we ate together. We fought together. We slept. We did. When you got on campus, we were together. We were always, everybody, the athletes, basketball, baseball, football. It didn't make a difference. It was a family. To this day, for the past 30 years, the guys I played football with, we still get together and have a crawfish ball. We also have a luncheon. We go once a month. We have a luncheon and we get together. I mean, there's about 70 of us that still talk, and that's it. And that's what the Nichols experience is. Lester Beamer, how could I ever thank you, Lester? Lester, I was a freshman on campus, and Lester walked up to me, and he asked me who I was, and from that day on, we've had conversations. He's been one of my best friends in my entire life. He's broken breads with me. He knows my sisters. I took 27 guys home to Mardi Gras in 1977 when my older sister moved back home, and there was 27 boys in my mom's house. Can you imagine that? And we all came home and we got back together. I can never thank this university enough. And you're right, guys, it is, and all you younger players. And I'm telling you, it started back then. You never leave Nichols. You know, Nichols will never leave you, and you'll never leave Nichols. And the people are here, and it's one big happy family. I've spent some of the best memories of my life have been here. I mean, like you said your coach was your doorman. Well, I was the doorman at the Colonel's Retreat. And Coach knew about it, but he turned a dark eye to it. But when I was during the off season, I worked at the Colonel's Retreat as the doorman, and that was it. And that's the thing. So like I said, and look, I tell you what, when we would get up, like we would have study hall, and a game would become like there would be a game on, and we would run. As soon as we got our study hall, we'd go to the game, and we'd sit there, and we'd go. We went everywhere together. We were inseparable. That's what it was. And it's still that way today. Still, I can't thank you. My sisters, I love you. My nieces, my nephews, my cousins, my friends from over the years, thank you so much for being here. I coached here. I was lucky. I was part of the first 2 championship teams ever at Nichols. I played on the 75 team, and I coached in 1984 when they won again. What an honor that is to be here, to be for those things. I am proud to be a Nichols, and I graduated too. I am proud to be I'm a graduate also. I'm telling you. You know, because back in the 70s, that was a big, the graduation rate wasn't that great. But I want to tell you, again, I want to thank Coach Clements and the staff. We lost a couple of our great coaches in the last couple of years, but Coach Clements, we're the Clements Colonels. And that's how we are, and that's how we call ourselves today. We're the Clements/Rebo Colonels. You know, Rusty's brother, Timmy, was 9 years old when I first met him, when he walked on this campus, and look where he's at today. He's the head coach here now, okay? That's when we talk about family. I thank Coach Rebo for bringing back the pride and with everything. I was so honored when I was here for homecoming that they sold the press box out before the game. That only happened a few times in my lifetime. It happened in 1975 when we won the Gulf South Conference Championship. The stadium was packed. And let me tell you something. There was no idea. We weren't supposed to win it. They thought we weren't going to make it. They had a fact. They thought Delta State was going to beat us. They offered the chance to go play for the National Championship Division II ball to Jacksonville because they played in the afternoon time. We ended the game on an interception. At the end of the game, the last play of the game, we intercepted the ball from Delta State. They tore both goalposts down. It was the most exciting experience of my life. It was like was played anywhere in the country. It was the greatest feeling. I mean, there were so many people there, you know, and we stuck together. And those are the memories, and those are the things that have happened. Well, we couldn't have did it without you, Coach, and your coaching staff. We couldn't have did it with like presidents like you. Sir, I'm telling you, it's this community. Nichols is magical. I've been around a lot of campuses in America, but I'm telling you, when you walk in this campus, you become one big happy family. I mean, people, look, like I said, I took all these guys home with me. You wouldn't believe the messages I got. I've got over 100 emails from friends of mine telling me, you know, how important it is. But I'm accepting this award today, not for myself. I'm accepting for the Nichols community, you people, because without y'all, I wouldn't have the opportunity to be up here today. Thank you.